Mrs. Killian, I've been gone for 3 days. Did I miss anything?
Well, probably it's in Google Classroom.
But can you just tell me what it is?
Well, you need to check Google Classroom. There'll be notes and sometimes a video and definitely the assignment. And then once the assignment's done, you need to turn it into Google Classroom.
Well, can I just get that assignment from you, and then when I get done, I'll give it to you?
No, I really need you to go look in Google Classroom and look at the notes, go through the notes, and if there's a video, watch the video, and then do the homework and submit it in Google Classroom.
So you're really stuck on this Google Classroom thing, aren't you?
We're using Google Classroom. That's where we have everything important.
All right, fine.
Hey Falcons, Mr. Willis here. I'm going to give you a quick overview of Google Classroom, and I should note this video is being recorded in August of 2021. Google Classroom is a platform that updates often, so if you are watching this much later than that, things could look a little different, but a lot of the basic concepts should still be there. So first of all, to get to Google Classroom, this is the page where you'll start when you get there. There's a number of ways to get here. If you are on any Google page, once you've been signed into your Google account, you can click what we call the waffle up here in the top right. Classroom is one of the options there. You can also just start typing in classroom.google.com into the top of a browser. This is linked on a number of the team websites and various places on our school website, and it's easy to get to. Once you are here, you will see all of the classes that you have currently become a part of. Your teacher might have you joining new classes throughout the year, usually having you use this plus button and entering a class code. But for now, we want to jump into a class where we've already got something. So I'm going to click on this literature class. And whenever you enter a class, the first place it is going to take you is what we call the stream, this first tab up here at the top. For the most part, the vast majority of our teachers are going to say, don't hang out on the stream, because what you have here is everything that gets posted is just going to appear down here as a list. It is not really organized in any way, and so it can be just a bit of a mess. One important thing that is quick to find on this stream tab, though, is a Meet link. So a lot of your classes, especially if you are in a remote or quarantine situation, they'll tell you to join in using your class's Google Meet link, and you can find that right here. The main place we want to go, though, as I mentioned earlier, is the Classwork tab. So on the Classwork tab, this is where you're going to see most of the things that you can be doing. I should point out up at the top here, there actually is another link for that Google Meet. That is the same link that we just saw on the Stream tab. It will open up the same Google Meet so you can jump into a video conference with the class. When you're looking at this page, you'll notice that the teachers organize things into categories. This particular teacher has, and we can see all of these categories on the left here as well as just in the main part of the page. This teacher has organized categories by week. So each week is a new category with a new set of assignments. This can vary from teacher to teacher. Some might do something more based on subject area. And so make sure you're communicating with your teachers so you know how this is organized. As you're looking through this, you'll notice a couple different symbols here that are appearing with all of the different entries. The main distinction is if it has this clipboard and it's solid, that means it is an assignment, and it's an assignment that you have not yet completed. If it is one of these that has something that looks more like a bookmark, that is a material. Okay, here's the main difference. If I click on a material, you'll see that there might be some instructions from your teacher. It might be a resource that they want you to reference, but there's not a thing that you can click in order to turn anything in here. Now, hey, that said, you'll notice here that like in this one, she's reminding you about the book that you need to finish reading. So it doesn't mean that you get to ignore these. You still need to check out these materials and make sure that if your teacher is giving you instructions, make sure you're reading those and doing those. Now let's look at an assignment. So when I click on an assignment, you'll see it pops down with a little bit more, and there's actually a button here at the bottom of it that says View Assignment. I'm going to click on that. This is where you see the full details of an assignment. So you'll have directions from your teacher over here. There might be some comments if there's a class discussion going on with this assignment. Those will appear over here on this side as well. And then over here on the right, this is one of the key sections right here. This is the Your Work section. So there might be a couple different things that appear here. In this case, she has created a doc that that you are to follow and fill out. And so in the event that a teacher gives you something to kind of start working on, maybe a template or something of that nature, a link to it will appear right here. And if you click on it, it opens up in a new tab so that you can go to work on it. Okay. And you see how there's spots there for the student to fill in. I'm going to close it for now though. Another option that you have is to add or create. And so this means if I push the plus button, I could create a brand new Google Doc or Google slide. Make sure you're reading the directions so you know exactly what you would need to create. Or if you've already worked on something, you've already got a doc created with an entire paper written or something along those lines, you can hit the add and click on Google Drive, and that will allow you to, it'll give you a pop-up box where you can go into your Google Drive and find a file to attach here. Similarly, you have the option to also attach links or files. The difference here is link would be you're linking to another website. So maybe you've created something in a different outside platform and you want to have a link to that. You can copy paste a link in here. File would be something like it's maybe not in Google Drive, it's in your downloads folder, or it's kind of that's more of a special case thing when you'd be doing an actual file upload. For the most part, you're going to do Google Drive. All right. Once you have your work completed, you can click the turn in button and you'll notice it's saying, hey, you have an attachment here. Is that what you want? Yep. I'm going to go ahead and turn it in. And when you turn it in, an important thing to note, if I were to click on this Google Doc now that is attached to it, you'll notice that it looks a little different up at the top. I don't have all the control buttons and I have this thing that says request edit access. That's because once you turn in an assignment, you can't edit these documents anymore. They're now your teacher's property so that they can look them over and make any suggestions. Now, what if you turn it in and you realize, oh no, it's not ready. I messed something up. No big deal. Okay. Your teacher can actually return it from their end. They have a button that says return, or you have right here, that turn in button has turned into unsubmit. And if you unsubmit it, then you get edit access back on the document. You can go back and edit it. Okay. And this will send notifications to your teacher so they know that you've turned it in and they'll see it on their screen. So it's a good way just to communicate that you've completed what you needed to do with this assignment. Going back to, if I click on just the word 6 literature up here, just to kind of your main screen, the only thing I want to make you aware of is there is a people tab, and that just lists everyone else that's in your class. This is a good way to get links to email your teachers. You can also do this, of course, directly in Gmail, which can be found in the waffle, and Gmail is right there. But there's multiple ways to do this. So that really is the basics for Google Classroom. Remember, Classwork tab is the key where all of the action is, and always be communicating with your teacher so you know exactly what to do.